take long. That'll help me shake it off. Find him! Find him!
Move here.
there, assume you're being watched. Always.
You must not be afraid of heights with all the work on the Mila project. I know another building that could use a Mila. Or we could just do some business.
I gotta go.
Right you are.
What would you take for your crops?
Well, there's a question I don't get every day. I have to say, 1,000 caps would cover.
Let me think about it.
Whatever you say.
Hi.
You don't look like you're here to trade.
The Brotherhood needs your help to protect the Commonwealth. Donate a portion of your crops to the Brotherhood, and it will not be forgotten.
Donate? Haven't heard that one before. But raiders usually aren't that polite. Don't think I don't see what's going on here. You'll get your donation come harvest.
Don't worry. I only test the weapons on customers I don't like. Feel free to browse.
Just looking.
Afraid of commitment?
Take him down!
Who's there?
Starting to have fun.
Someone there? Must have been nothing. What's that? No fun today.
Nice.
Present. Let's see what's inside.
Hello?
What's up? Oh, you shouldn't have.
Oh fuck, don't do that. That's cute. Pam, I took care of the DIA
Statistical
cache.
model. Reward dispensed.
Hello.
I'm gonna tear your fucking throat out.
Things around here. Feeling eyes on my back. Over there! Get him!
fuck was that? What the?
Peekaboo! Press! Take the wrong day to piss me off! We're splitting all that, right?
Enforcers on the second floor. Kill on sight. Send reinforcements to the lobby in case there are more.
Hey.
from me. Picking up that junk.
What?
Enforcer is now on the 3rd floor. Report to the 2nd intruder in the east wing near the courtyard.
Yes.
Barricade stairwells and hallways if you haven't already.
Hey.
picking up that junk. Feeling eyes on my back.
There we go.
Courser is now on the 3rd floor. Reports of the second intruder in the east wing near the courtyard.
Sweet.
Skill you have there.
Opening fire! That's how we do things around here.
Here's the latest word on what's happening in the Commonwealth, folks. Not content with sitting quietly at the airport, the Brotherhood continues to make waves. They've recently been seen cleaning up Fort Strong, formerly occupied by some very... Whether they plan to annex the location or just wanted to get rid of the neighbors, I couldn't say. Whatever their reasoning, I think we can all agree that fewer super mutants running around isn't a bad thing. Here's Atom Bomb Baby by the 5 Stars.
Who's there?
Who?
Barricade stairwells and hallways if you haven't already.
Sweet.
Well, we're not going to need that stuff anymore.
You're dead!
We've lost contact with sectors 2 and 4.
That's it.
That was Anything Goes by Cole Porter. Now, folks, I'm sure you've all seen or heard about the latest issue of Public Occurrences. Some bold claims by our intrepid reporter. Living among us, undetected. Very serious implications. Wouldn't you agree? The mayor's office has, of course, issued a statement denying the validity of the article, saying all is well. hell in Diamond City. The mayor himself insists that the fears raised in the article are unfounded. Good to know, I guess. But between you and me, listeners, I'm gonna keep my eyes open just to be on the safe side. Well, never a dull moment here at Diamond City Radio. Here's Grandma Plays the Numbers by Wanoni Harris.
What?
Time to die!
Come on, just leave it.
Nice. Yes.
Skill you have there.
Billie Holiday, folks. There are some recent rumblings from Good Neighbor, and I do mean that as something of a pun. Self-proclaimed legitimate businesswoman, Bobby No-Nose, has something of a reputation around the Commonwealth. That reputation may have contributed to recent talk of a less than legitimate endeavor of hers. Except there's a bit of a twist.
Got it.
Bobby has very conspicuously disappeared. Word is, there's no trace of her in Good Neighbor. It's unclear at this time whether she actually pulled off the job she was rumored to have been plotting. Or, if some suggested, she crossed the wrong people and won't be seen anywhere again, ever. If you get my meaning. Butcher Beef is at it again, courtesy of Roy Brown. Enjoy, folks.
What the? Hey.
That's it. There we go.
shouldn't take long. Engaging hostile.
Got it.
Hope you enjoyed that one. Warren Smith with Uranium Rock.
Can't break the code.
Time for yet another slice of news from the Commonwealth, folks. Are you familiar with the old sailing ship stranded on top of a building downtown? Reports from the area suggest it'd be a good idea to avoid the ship at all costs. Now, believe it or not, you'll have to shift your gaze much, much higher. You heard it here. The ship somehow managed to become airborne and lodged itself in a different building downtown. How? Why? I suggest you just roll with it, folks. It's crazy, but it's true. Keep it tuned to Diamond City Radio for all the latest news, no matter how weird. Crawl Out Through the Fallout is next, courtesy of Shit on the Helmet, but brought to you by me, Travis Lonely Miles.
I'm through.
Find anything useful, or are you just wasting our time again?
I'm in. Got it.
God! Okay, just don't shoot. Let me think.
You obviously don't know. get a few caps? For any of this junk?
Yes. That's it.
Are in no position to negotiate.
Okay. Just let me think.
Time is running out.
No, please. Wait. You can have the girls. Just let me go.
And that, folks, was the ink spots. There are some recent rumblings from Goodneighbor, and I do mean that as something of a pun. Self-proclaimed legitimate businesswoman Bobby No-Nos has something of a reputation around the way. That reputation may have contributed to the recent talk of a less than legitimate endeavor of hers. Except there's a bit of a twist. Bobby has very conspicuously disappeared. Word is, there's no trace of her in Goodneighbor. It's unclear at this time whether she actually pulled off the job she was rumored to have been plotting. Or, if some have suggested, she crossed the wrong people and won't be seen anywhere again. Ever.
Come here.
If you get my meaning. This one is Danny Kaye, singing about civilization.
Are you here for the synth?
C-247, initialize factory reset. Authorization code Zeta 53 Kilo.
How did you?
Use a little help over here.
I'm through. Hey there.
Thank you. I don't know what to say.
Who are you?
My institute designation is K-198, but I prefer Jenny, so yes, I'm a synth, if you hadn't already guessed. I knew they'd send a courser. I just didn't think he'd find me so fast. I think I would have lost him too. But then I was captured by these mercenaries. And all this happened. Thanks again for your help. I'm gonna look for supplies before heading out. And before you ask, no, I don't need any more help. The Commonwealth is unforgiving. I need to make it on my own or I'm dead. Maybe we'll meet again, under better circumstances. I hope we do.
Hi.
I can handle myself. No need to stick around. I don't need your help anymore.
Hey.
Yeah, what is it?
just heard Bob Crosby here on Diamond City Radio.
Hello.
Folks, I'd like to take a moment for something a little more personal than usual. As I'm sure you know all too well, I haven't always been the best at this job. Hey, let's face it, I've been pretty terrible. Thanks to the efforts of a few of my friends, I've decided to change how I look at things, how I live my life. I'd like to just take this opportunity to thank the Vault Dweller for lending me a hand. I really do appreciate it. All right, folks, that's enough sentiment from me for one day. Let's get it on back to the music, shall we? Here's Atom Bomb Baby. Bye-bye.
Pam wants you. She explained why, but I couldn't figure it out.
You from one of those
I have a
vaults?
report here.
You got too many teeth to be
It
a
reads
scout.
more like a comic book. Apparently, one hell of a fight took place at Green Tech Genetics.
Oh? What have you heard?
One of our agents took a courser. Alone. Something I'm not even sure Glory could do. And that agent is you. I'm all for one less courser in the world, but why'd you do it?
That's my business. I just need the code off this courser chip.
You have one of their chips? Intact? Follow me. Now. Decoding a courser chip is a very delicate operation. A million things can go wrong. The least of which is
Sometimes
losing
the
the
story's
data.
got it right.
Fortunately, we have the right man for the job.
Oh, hey, Des. You need
Glad
something?
you're with us.
Tom, we got a courser chip.
Whoa! For real? Oh, man, it's been ages. You gotta be careful, man. The Institute is everywhere.
You've hit the jackpot with this. Hand over the chip. Let's see what's on it.
Here you go.
All right. Tom, make it happen.
All right, little courser chip. Let's have the circuit analyzer take a crack at you. We're in. Chip accessed. Just poke the analog connectors a little. What? Oh man, don't crash. Hold it together. Memory hiccup. Here it comes. Encryption algorithms. All right, we're still running. Oh man, they've added more decimals to the last cipher. This is gonna be... Come on, baby, show me that pattern. Where is it? Wait, they're using the same logarithmic function as the key generator. Oh man, we got lucky. I got you, you Institute bastard, I got you. Soft in. Come on. Show me that sweet bass number. Come on, baby. Then we got it. We got the code.
Come on, dude.
Let me load that onto the holotape for ya.
Good work, Tom.
Yeah, but I'm not sure our luck will hold up next time, Des.
And Agent, I hope that helps you as much as you've helped us. Good work.
new DIA cache has been identified. Assistance requested in recovery.
I can recover it.
Location of cache being transmitted to your Pip-Boy. Conversation terminated.
Maybe it'd be better if we moved out of the radiation.
Protect and serve.
Wasn't sure I'd see you again. You managed to get what you need?
No, I just went out for a little stroll and thought I'd stop back and say hi.
It's a good thing your survival and my humanity aren't at stake. Otherwise, I might be annoyed by your attitude. But, fine. I shouldn't have doubted you'd come back. You did get rid of Kellogg after all. Not too much of a leap to take down a Courser. How'd you manage to get it decoded?
The railroad helped me.
Oh God, those kooks. I would have expected they'd be too busy trying to liberate vending machines, or setting computer terminals free, or... Sorry. They just have something of a reputation. You're not the only one who's been busy. I did the best I could. From memory and things I've overheard through the years. Came up with some schematics for you. Wasn't easy. These hands are ridiculous. Fine motor skills have gone to shit. Here's the symbol explanation. You need to build a device that will hijack the signal the Institute uses to teleport coursers, and send you instead. You know the craziest part of the design? That classical music station. That's the carrier signal for the relay. All the data's on harmonic frequencies. You've been hearing it all along. I want to be clear that this isn't my area of expertise. I was bioscience, not engineering or advanced systems or anything.
Bioscience? Advanced systems?
Divisions within the Institute. Specialized groups working on various projects. It'll make sense later. But if you can build this device and make use of that code, you should be able to override the signal from the Institute's relay. Can you? I mean, can you build it? You have people that can help. This is a lot for one person, even you.
This device, this will get me into the Institute?
Yes, if built correctly. And please get it right. You have to make it in there for both our sakes. And don't you forget our agreement. I've helped you as best I can. If you make it in there, you find that serum. It's my only hope for ever being normal. So you find it. Now go on. Take these and get to work. You do whatever it takes. Call on whoever you know to help you.
Gizmo of yours is buzzing for a reason. Radiation.
I told you Sanctuary would grow. Sight never lies. You'll find what you're looking for. I know it.
What do you need, General?
I have plans here to build a signal interceptor that can get me inside the Institute.
The Institute? Why in the world would you want to mess around with them?
They kidnapped my baby.
Damn. That's some bad business.
Didn't
Even
you
for
already
them.
fucking know that?
We'll give you whatever help we can. Don't worry about that. Now, assuming you could build this thing, what exactly does it do?
The Institute uses teleportation to get in and out. This machine can hijack their signal and send me instead.
Teleportation? For real?
For real.
Wow. That would explain a lot about how the Institute manages to operate. If anyone can make heads or tails of those plans, it'd be Sturgis. I haven't found anything yet that he couldn't build or fix. But they're worried the super mutants will come back in force. You better get over there before it's too late.
What? Son of a bitch. Oh, I hope he said Red Rocket.
I hope you're here to help.
Yes, I'm here to help. What's the problem?
Super mutants came through a few days ago. Only a few of them, but they did a lot of damage before we managed to drive them off. It was only a miracle that nobody got killed. But I'm afraid they'll be back with reinforcements this time. We barely held them off the first time. We'd appreciate anything you can do to help us defend ourselves.
God damn it.
What?
Where'd you get your ass? Oh shit.
Find anything useful on him?
Hey.
Well?
What the? Oh, how convenient.
We're in some real trouble here. I hope you can help.
This place is starting to look like a proper home.
You got a dangerous look about you. Hope you ain't here for me.
Preston thought you might be able to figure out these plans for me.
Sure thing. Let's see what you've got.
Do you think you can build this?
Wow. What a mess. Looks like, encrypted RF transmissions. Okay, so that gets routed through... What the hell? Teleportation. This is some pretty crazy shit. You sure it's for real?
I wouldn't be wasting your time if I didn't think it was real.
Okay. But you gotta admit, it isn't every day somebody asks me to build them a teleport hijacker. Anyway, The eggheads never think about the nuts and bolts of actually making something work. But, looks like it's all here. Yeah, I'm gonna need some time to study this thing. The handwriting's pretty hard to make out. But, you can get started on what he calls a stabilized reflector platform. It'll need some pretty high-grade metals, but it's basically not that different than the lining of a jet engine or something like that.
Can you give me a list of what I'll need to build this platform?
Yeah, sure. Here's a list of what you'll need for the first piece. I'm pretty sure we've got all that at Sanctuary, if you want to build it there. While you're working on that, I'll get busy figuring out how to actually build the rest of this thing. Keep in mind, I can already see this is going to take a crazy amount of juice. Like if you had a spare nuclear reactor handy, we could probably use it. And it's going to be big. So find a nice open building site with lots of power available.
You remind me of myself when I was a young woman. Always getting myself into trouble.
What am I supposed to look for?
How's it going? Did you find a good spot to build your signal interceptor?
Did you figure out the rest of Virgil's schematics?
I think so. Best I can tell until we actually try to put it together. Here's a list of 3 things that may be harder to find. I think I'll be able to pull together everything else we're gonna need. I'll meet you over at the building site and see if we can actually make this thing work.
Can you explain how this thing is actually gonna work?
Let me break it down for you. There's 4 main parts to this thing. 1, a control console to input the code and process the signal. 2, what he calls a relay dish. That's what intercepts the teleporter signal. 3, a molecular beam emitter. It's pretty technical here, but looks like this is what translates your matter into energy for transmission. 4, the stabilized reflector platform that you already built. That's what concentrates and reflects the molecular beam. One thing to keep in mind while you're building this, it all needs to be wired together so all the pieces can talk to each other. I'll see you over at the building site. Good luck.
Yeah, I haven't beaten it yet. What was that optional thing? Search for a circuit board. Which I already have.
Just gotta make sure we've got enough power.
Oh. That's only 3 power. Holy fuck. Oh, that fucking windmill generator is useless.
Got everything in place. We'll have to hook it all up to the same power grid.
back up or what?
Gotta make sure we've got enough power.
Hey, Sturgis.
Everything looks good on my end. You ready to see if this thing actually works?
Let's do this.
You sure? Okay. Your part is simple. Just step onto the platform. I'll start scanning for an Institute signal to lock onto. Then, I fire her up and we see what happens. I'm ready when you are. Okay, hold real still. I don't want any corruption of the molecular beam. Oh yeah, by the way, I figured this was a golden opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to. Yeah, this holotape's all set with a program that will scan their network and download anything it finds. Uh-oh.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, we better hurry. Yeah, don't worry about that tubing wiggling around. It's, just there for decoration. Okay. Scanning for the Institute signal. Tracking RF. And... got it. Hold on to your butt.
Oh, shit. Where's my love bug at? He's not here.
Hello. I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I am known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance.
What is this, aliens?
I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator.
can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean? Oh my God. It's really you.
Who are you?
Sean, it's me. I'm your mom.
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
Those bastards. They killed your father.
What's going on? Father? Father!
Sean, open the door.
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here. Help me!
Who is Father? Where is he?
Father? Father, help me! She's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus.
He's a fucking robot.
Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
This is insane. All of it.
The degree of trauma you're experiencing right now is understandable. Please, just try to relax. I know this is all difficult to take in.
I want answers, asshole. Now!
Under the circumstances, I will forgive your vulgarity. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you, after all this time. It's me. I am Sean.
What?
I am your son.
How is that even possible?
I know this is a lot to take in. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
They stole you, kidnapped you. It wasn't right.
Right, wrong, irrelevant. It was necessary. The Institute believed humanity's future depended on it. At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you?
In a manner of speaking, yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
And you've been down here the whole time?
I have. Yes. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? At least keeping him on a short leash kept the collateral damage to a minimum. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Your father. He never got to see you grow up.
Yes. What happened to him was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems what happened to him was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now, what else can I say?
So, you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
But, Director? Why you?
I was the most qualified for the position. Obviously. I've lived my life within these walls, dedicated to science like every other member of the Institute. My hard work has paid off. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Just give me time. I know there's more for us to discuss. But the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
You want me to stay here in the Institute?
Yes, that is what I propose. Is it so hard to imagine? The Institute can provide a better life than anything above ground. You've been in the Commonwealth. You've seen what it's like.
I don't know what to do.
I realize that. It's why I'm trying to help you. I hope that you can see that rationally. The Institute is the only thing left in the world that is worth being part of. I simply ask that you give the Institute, me, a chance. A chance to show you what I've been telling you. We really do have humanity's best interest at heart. Will you take that chance?
Are you sure you want this?
Yes, I am. It would benefit us both to work together.
I just don't know.
Just give it time. Give the Institute a chance. The Institute is now your home as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in facilities, Dr. Ayo in SRB, Dr. Holdren in bioscience, and finally Dr. Lee in advanced systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them, and then we'll discuss what comes.
This a clean floor. Are your visual receptors malfunctioning? Can you not see the grime and dust?
My apologies, sir. I was issued a defective cleansing unit.
Don't make excuses.
Scanning. Subject identified.
Welcome to the Institute, ma'am.
It's
Always
an honor
be vigilant.
to have you here, ma'am.
We have many enemies.
Nice.
You're here. Glad you made it.
Hi.
Mankind redefined. It's catchy, isn't it?
Didn't I fucking look for a dude. Oh, fuck.
Almost done. Just need to tighten up this primary drive servo. That's the third primary drive breakdown. I don't know. Most of them have lasted long past the projected lifespan. Last me.
We're all looking forward to working with you.
Las Vegas. Alex Jones all over. There's a lot of...
Have you had time to examine my latest reports on Batch 274?
Not yet. I've been reviewing Father's plans to expand our operations at Warwick. He's eager to get that going, so I've had to put everything else to one side.
I wonder how the Warwick family is doing. Young Wally must be close to 10 years old by now. It's remarkable that any child can survive for so long up there, don't you think?
I try not to think too much about it. We have more than enough to occupy ourselves here. Those people are the last remnants of a dying past. It's best not to dwell on the subject.
They're still
Hey, Doc.
people, and they're
Welcome.
suffering.
So good to have you here.
At least admit
Dr.
that.
Clayton
It's
Holdren, head of the
After all,
Bioscience Division.
How can we
I
hope
can't
to
wait for you to see the work we're doing.
Can't even hold
It's
on to
truly
our own
amazing.
Humanity.
Like what?
I was just about to explain that. As the name implies, the Bioscience Division specializes in fields of study such as botany, genetics, and medicine. Our most important directive is to ensure the health and to that end, we cultivate highly specialized breeds of flora for use. We've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animal life. You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential is exciting nonetheless.
The gorillas are synths too?
They are indeed. Judging by your reaction, we've done a good job. The initiative is still in its early stages. I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is.
I'm an outsider. Would there even be a place for me here?
Even if science isn't your passion, there are plenty of ways to contribute. Our projects sometimes require an agent who can work on the surface to observe and gather information. From what I've heard, you are both fearless and resourceful. I think you'd be ideal for that kind of role. In any case, I imagine you'll want to continue looking around. Or, if you prefer, I'd be happy to.
You mentioned medical care? I might need that from time to time.
In that case, you'll want to introduce yourself to Dr. Dean. He's our top biologist. Dr. Volkert works. You won't find better medical care anywhere else in the Commonwealth.
Clayton.
Anything I can help you with?
Tell me more about those synth gorillas.
On the whole, I'd say they were a success. Their behavior does generally match what our historical data says it should be. Unfortunately, we had a few early setbacks. The creatures can become suddenly aggressive, and they're quite strong. They destroyed 2 of their synth handlers. So now we keep them in an isolated habitat where they can be safely observed.
Director Holdren seems very taken with you.
Dr. Holdren's synth gorilla project is showing promising results. You wouldn't happen to have a spare polarizer on you, would you?
Hi.
All this must be a little overwhelming for you. I'm stuck out here in Canada.
Greetings, ma'am.
sir. Authorized personnel only.
Nothing to report, ma'am.
Are you seriously thinking of heading over to robotics to knock some heads together?
What now?
Carry on, ma'am.
On the targeting package upgrades I asked for. Maybe I should take some courses with me. You know, send a message.
Please don't.
Excuse me.
There's enough friction as it is between us and pretty much all the other departments.
You going soft on me, Alana? My methods get results, and they will this time as well. You'll see.
The Directorate should take the synth escapes more seriously.
If the robotics division was a little more careful, we wouldn't have synths trying to escape.
Excuse me, Doctor.
So, here you are. Justin Ayo, Acting Director of the Synth Retention. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity. I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
Why? Don't you trust me?
I'll be honest. You're an outsider. The first outsider to be allowed access to the Institute in quite a long time, in fact. There's little precedent for this situation, so it's nothing personal. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population.
So basically, you're the
Secret police? If that's a pre-war reference, then I'm afraid it's lost on me. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, of course. But I gather you know all this, since you've encountered it. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
I guess I just got lucky.
That's hardly helpful. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
I'd like to know more about the synth reclamation process.
Fine. Once right, we then begin the delicate process of restoring the neural pathways to their original configuration. In those cases where the procedure is successful, the synth returns to duty with no memory of its time on the surface. All too often, we're unable to repair the damage and are forced to dispose of the unit entirely.
Systems nominal.
Is it true Food Supplement 77 has been discontinued?
That is correct.
That was my favorite one. Can't we keep it a little longer?
I will be happy to forward your request to the Bioscience Division. In the meantime, please feel free to enjoy one of our other nutritious and flavorful food supplements.
I want Supplement 77.
I am sorry, sir, but that supplement is no longer...
Useless.
Hello, ma'am. Welcome to the commissary. What can I get for you?
What have you got?
I can offer a range of nutritious and great-tasting food supplements. Food Supplement 7 is very popular.
Let's see what you got.
Good day.
You smell like you've been above ground.
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Nothing. At this point,
Excuse me, Doctor?
Ah, it's you. You're here then. Yes, I know who you are. We all do. While I'm sure Father is very happy that you're here, I do hope it doesn't interrupt our work.
Well, that's insulting.
I'm sorry. Not my intention. There's just quite a bit going on right now, and your arrival has the potential to throw things off schedule. Oh, before I forget, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a Courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
At will.
A Courser chip? What's it do?
The same thing it does for our coursers. Creates a link to the relay that allows them, and now you, to get in and out at will. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Now, unless there's something else, I really do need...
I'd like a progress report on your division, if you don't mind.
Taking your new appointment in stride, I see. Very well. We've shifted resources off of other projects, like the Child Synth, to focus on Phase 3. I'm hoping that the above-ground efforts are successful. I understand those depend heavily on you.
Dr. Lee? Tell me about the people in your division.
I'm not sure what there is to say. Dr. Watson is the Specialist Project's lead scientist. Dr. Ormond is one of the youngest scientists in the Institute, and she's...
Dr. Lee? Is everything okay, Dr. Lee? You seem pretty tense.
Yes, things are... I'm sorry, I don't socialize much. I prefer to focus on my work.
Have you seen my girls? I hope I'm not getting into too much.
Did I turn off the interferometer?
It's my responsibility to make sure this place runs smoothly.
Whatever you think I didn't do it. Alice is a liar.
Well, hello.
Watch out around here. If they catch you having fun, they make you do boring science.
Hi, Doc. They weren't kidding. You really are here. Well, all right. I'm Allie. When Father told us about you, if you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
I wanted to kill the son of a bitch who murdered my husband.
Kellogg always was a cold bastard. If you ask me, we're better off without him. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the facilities division. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and we maintain and upgrade. There's a lot of machinery behind these. The work we do might not be as exciting as... So, now that you're here and...
On board with what?
The Institute, of course. Sean implied you operated on a level, if not equal, and at least similar to the rest of us. Curious. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the facilities division, I'm happy to discuss it.
Who built this place, originally? Has it been here long?
The construction of the Institute is the work of generations of scientists. The original survivors of the war, our progenitors, took refuge in the basement of the old... Over time, their sons and daughters dug deeper into the earth and built increasingly sophisticated habitats and laboratories. It's a process that's still going on today. Even now, we're digging out tunnels for new facilities and infrastructure. Just think what this place will look like 100 years from now. I hope I'm there to see it.
Father is more than just our leader.
Dr. Fillmore.
He is our creator.
What do you need?
I'd like to know about the people in your division.
Of course. Dr. Lawrence Higgs is our mechanical engineer. He oversees the major life support. Power distribution is Dr. Evan Watson's area of expertise, and Dr. Newton Oberly is in charge of food and housing. He coordinates with bioscience too. We also make use of a number of synth units for low-priority maintenance and labor.
Sometimes Quentin is really mean to me, but my mom
Allie.
says I have
What's on your mind?
It must be a challenge to meet the power demands of a place like this.
Absolutely. We scratch and scrape for every precious ounce of voltage that we can. Over the years, we've learned a few tricks that help supplement our power budget. When necessary, we can tap into select sources on the surface. We take only what we need, of course. Fortunately, Advanced Systems is always working. It's a good thing, too, because the demand is always increasing. You don't even want to know what a single use of the molecular
Dr. Fillmore.
What's on your mind?
I'm good for now. Thanks.
Goodbye, then.
I tried. That's my job. Guys, but I can't do everybody. Blame the clause. Early search. Pfizer. I can't do it all for everybody. I'm only keep as much as I can. I'm gonna die. I will die with it.
Dad says I'm as good as he is with computers.
Remember to keep unnecessary power consumption to a minimum. Don't recharge unless...
It was probably just a glitch in the nervous system. Define motor control software and use it.
If it were just a limb twitching, but your arms were moving as well. Involuntary twitching and rapid eye movements can only use you just don't want to admit to yourself what.
If you're about to melt into one of your speeches about the artificial systems in the bees were so possible, don't bother. I've heard enough of them by now.
Yeah,
Write them down.
I've gone by. I think it's I've gone for almost an hour now. Michael Jackson? We're talking about something that I want to talk about. I don't want to talk about it, but I need to talk about it. For the next 7 years, we are going into tribulation, okay? 7 years. Okay, so I'm talking, okay, what's 2017 plus, okay, obviously, it's 2023. What I'm trying to say is
Hi, miss.
I don't really know how many of you are religious. I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. I know what's
Now that you've had a chance to see the Institute firsthand, what do you think?
At the end of this, 2023,
First things first. How do I get back to the surface?
The same way you got in, of course. You are not a prisoner here. You may come and go as you please. Ultimately, all our knowledge and resources are focused on a single goal. The goal is best summarized by our motto: mankind, redefined. Unfortunately, no advancement comes without occasional setbacks. As remarkable as our synths are, they can be dangerous without proper supervision. The superior synth mind and body attempting to wrestle with something approaching free will can be a recipe for chaos.
we're gonna die, basically. The elect are gonna die. Not die. So complicated. It's so hard to explain. So, just like how we shifted on the Mandela effect on one timeline, the elect...
This really?
What do you mean by proper supervision?
I mean that while they are here in the Institute, fulfilling the purpose for which they were designed,
Sure.
as you're about to see, however, they can become unpredictable. When a rogue synth has taken over the Raider gang at Libertalia, his memories have been erased, and his identity altered. He believes he's a man named Gabriel. Under his leadership, the Raiders have taken many innocent lives. I've dispatched a Courser to Libertalia. I'd like you to join me.
Who erased his memories? And why?
Those idealistic radicals who call themselves the Railroad are behind it. We'll deal with them in time. But right now, the priority is to reclaim that synth before. Now you should get moving. Many people are in danger.
Take care of yourself, dear.
Yeah? I need to get back to Diamond City one of these days. Biggest town I ever saw.
I just want to trade a few things.
Okay.
No need to sight to see the youth and really good things.
I'm talking everything. I'm talking It's all crap. It's all lies, and I everything. They want you. I always at the internet. They want better. There's no better. It's Mary Jane. Letter. Letter. It's quantumly. I can understand it in a quantum physics understanding. I understand how letters is, but on our existence, we don't have letters right now. Yeah, okay. Sure. Pilot. So, I want to tell everybody that nobody's talking about is,
Here's that holotape you gave me. Full of Institute data. I hope.
Well, all right. I'll start digging into this and see if I can make it.
What do you hope to find?
Whatever the Institute doesn't want anybody to know. All the good stuff on here is going to be encrypted. So the first job is to see if I can. After that, well, I'll have to see what I've got.
but if that's possible, Project Pegasus,
Just wanted to trade a few things.
You ought to be careful. I can fix most things, but people don't fix so easily.
time exploration program.
Alright, I'm going to bed.